Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout will be in the welterweight division, brought to you by Apex Fight 6, May 9th in Bluffville, Tennessee. When the action begins, your referee in charge of this bout is Josh Ward. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he brings in a professional record of 0 wins with 1 loss. He would hit 169 pounds, fighting out of the training compound in Tipton, Michigan, Caleb the Bull Trumbull. Standing across the cage tonight, fighting out of the blue corner. He brings in a pro record 1 win, no losses, and 1 no contest. He would hit 170 pounds, fighting out of KMA in Knoxville, Tennessee, the Asian Persuasion, Jason King.
It's Caleb the Bull Trumbull in the black trunks with the green and black gloves against the Asian Persuasion, Jason King, with the black trunks, also with the black and green gloves. This is a welterweight bout at 173, 5-minute rounds, and round 1 is underway. King is the taller fighter, and Trumbull charges first, and there is King with a quick head kick.
Again, King so quick with those strikes, particularly those kicks. They can go low, they can go high in an instant. You don't even see it.
Well, even in his last fight, we saw the entire fight composed of 2 kicks, a head kick and then a head kick, and the second one landed and put his opponent out.
Trumbull is the shorter fighter with all the sponsors on the trunks. King up against the cage, hammering forearms to the back of the head.
King so tall, resisting that takedown very well, that high crotch lift. Trumbull may look to try to switch to get both hips, but again, King very good regaining the underhook.
I definitely think that's where Trumbull wants to be, though. I mean, he needs to be there against a long, rangy fighter like King, who showed his striking prowess. But he needs to look down and kind of see King, watch King's legs. Definitely doesn't want that to happen.
And exactly, and now, of course, King pushed Trumbull up against the cage, and here come the knees.
Both fighters kind of keeping their legs close together against the cage too, but they're choosing kind of a higher clinch here, so I think either are actually seeing it.
And they're both switching quite a bit in their positions and
jockeying for position, if you will.
Right.
Yeah.
And Caleb trying to bully King, if you will. But so far, pretty even.
Well, you know, this can be a double-edged sword for both men. Oh, here we go. We might have a lift going here.
Got him airborne for a second and got the takedown, did Trumbull.
All right, let's check out the guard of Jason King.
King trying to control the hands.
Jason King very relaxed in this position.
Full mount for a second.
Looking for the ankle. Looking for the heel hook.
And he had to let it go as we're at the midway point of round number 1, 3 5-minute rounds.
You know, Trumbull, he advanced to that mount position with a guy as long as Jason King. They'd be very dangerous for that exact reason right there.
Tyler, how's King doing on his back so far?
Well, I was getting ready to say, and he's looked to kind of get his hips out there, and he'll be all right, man. He's a long and a rangy guy, and he can also use that on the ground here. You know, wrap those big, long limbs around his opponent.
Oh, nice elbow there by Trumbull.
He's doing good at staying calm, King is. He's kind of waiting to set something up or find the right position.
Absolutely. Those big, long legs, they can do a lot of damage when it involves submissions.
King trying to control the wrist and forearm of Trumbull, who is still on top, and got the takedown to get us to this point. And rain down some elbows. Minute 30 left in round 1.
Here we go. Looks like Jason King climbing the hips. Now, if I'm Trumbull, I would look to possibly reverse King around, move him, circle him over so that he can secure him against the cage there.
How about that flexibility? King almost got the sitting position.
All the way around him.
And Trumbull is able to push him back down as we near the 1 minute mark here in round one. Those up kicks, watch for those, but Trumbull avoided them.
Yeah, and you notice Trumbull, he dropped to that knee very quickly. He didn't want those head kicks. He didn't want the up kicks coming to his face. Now Jason King with an overhook there with the left arm, possibly looking for a triangle setup.
Quick shots by Trumbull to the side of King. And hasn't pushed up against the cage. Is this where you want to, if you're on top, advantageous position to get his head up against the cage?
Yeah, you'd rather his head be against the cage, obviously, than his feet, so he can't really climb up. It's a very good spot to be in if you want to look for some ground and pound. Trumbull's actually doing a pretty good job of not really leaving a whole lot hanging. King's looking for a lot, but he's not giving him a lot. He does need to get his hands off the mat, though.
And it could be that King's looking to stay relaxed. That way, at the end of the round, we possibly could see Jason King back up and being able to utilize what his powers are, and that's his striking.
King put his fingers on the cage for leverage, and referee Josh Ward did not see it. Normally, they'll just give you a warning on that, and then Trumbull backs off and King attacks.
Nice.
And we've reached the end of round number one. All right, Casey, who did you give round number one to, Trumbull?
Well, round number one goes to Trumbull. He got the takedown. He controlled the top. I'm curious to see how much energy that both men expended. Jason King, he spent a lot of time clinching and moving around. That can take a lot of steam out of the striker. So I'm anxious to see that. But likewise, Trumbull, he was very active. He's moving around. Is he going to have the push to get Jason King back to the cage and down for a second time here in the second round?
Tyler, what do you think? Who won round one and how to go?
Trumbull definitely got round one there. He didn't really cause any damage to King. Both fighters look relatively untouched, but he did control the rounds.
It's welterweight bout at 170, presented by Apex 6, May 9th. Get more information on Apex 6 at valorfights.com. Get your tickets, VIP tables as well. And we got a great main event on the way. Stephen New and Josh Cate. Josh Ward, our referee, ready to get things going here in round two. And here we go.
Jason King coming out and doing what he does.
Big swing with the right hand by Trumbull.
Trumbull with his hands down by his waist. That's not a very wise thing to do in regards to Jason King.
Yeah, that could cost you with the head kicks or the punches.
Oh, here we go. Trumbull looking to grip the legs and another takedown.
Good start by Trumbull. 30 seconds into round two, and he may already have round one on the scorecards.
Trumbull advancing to half guard. That might be the position to stay in right here.
I think it's a good position for a guy as lengthy as King, that has a good hips and can get those legs around. But right now he's got one leg pinned down when he's there.
A good try at a wedge there from half guard by Jason King.
King looking over to his corner for some instructions as Trumbull trying to hold the wrist down of King and keep him on the mat in his advantageous position here on top. Full guard now for King.
King
on the
looking
bottom.
to set something up possibly on the right arm.
Trumbull definitely kind of just looking to win the rounds here. I don't know if that was a game plan coming in or just a game plan he's adopted during this, but he's doing a very good job controlling King, not really allowing anything. Like I say, he's not really causing a lot of damage, but he is doing enough to keep the ref from standing it up.
Not causing a lot of damage, but if one of those elbows should land flush, it can cut you in a New York.
Yeah, and it only takes one.
Oh, here we go. He's in bad spot. That elbow landed.
Wow, there we go.
Jason King may be in a bad spot. He's got to move.
Josh Ward asking him, he's got to defend himself and show something to intelligently defend. They let the pros go a little bit longer.
And it's over. Caleb Trumbull takes out Jason King.
And Caleb Trumbull picks up his first win of his MMA career, a second round win over Jason King, who suffers his first loss of his career. Very emotional. You see Trumbull in the cage right now.
This is considered by many to be somewhat of an upset. Jason King's very highly touted. I'm anxious to see where the shot was, there
There
it
it was.
Yeah, that was sharp.
Vicious elbow. Look at that sharp elbow from Caleb Trumbull.
It's like Mark's getting some work there too. Can't tell if there's a bad cut or.
And as I mentioned before, you know, nothing had landed previously, and it just happened to land right there on the button, and it did the damage.
Yeah, you guys were actually talked about it just before that really nothing significant, nothing damaging, but he was controlling the fight, and he was waiting for his opportunity and seized it there. And you can still see very emotional in the ring after this win.
Yeah, as Casey said, to many, you know, he was the underdog in this fight. You know, King highly touted, great future ahead, and it's not saying that he doesn't. You know, again, he could look at this as a loss, or he could look at this as a learning experience. You know, and I really think he'll look at it as the latter and, you know, brush it off and come back better for it. You know, overall, impressive victory.
A little swelling there.
Yep, over that right eye. You see it right there. That's where that elbow, I believe, landed and did that damage. And he was protecting himself after that shot. Impressive win for Caleb the Bull Trumbull from Tipton, Michigan, who picks up the win here in this welterweight bout at 170. Round number 2.
Michigan's not a quick drive either. I mean, that's a far way for a guy to come to fight up local over here.
He's actually listed officially from Battle Creek, Michigan. That's his hometown, and he went to battle tonight. Certainly
did. There's a lot of puns we can go with these names here tonight in this bout. Good show of sportsmanship. Those two hug out. Josh Ward, our referee, is ready, and Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Ward is going to stop to this fight 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the second round. Your winner by TKO out of the red corner, Caleb the Bull